Good morning, Year 8. Today is Thursday, 9th of March, 2020. Sorry, let me just change that. And we are on part 2 of More Simplifying from Unit 2, Powers. So today will be lesson 4 of 4 for this week, and we will continue looking at questions 7 to 11. So moving on, looking at question 7, but before we do that, let's just have a quick look at this worked example from our book. Remember, you have a copy of the full chapter, so if there's any questions you can't see on the screen, please refer back to the book in the PDF version. So work example A says simplify 15x to the power of 3 divided by 3x. So remember, when we're dividing indices, we subtract the powers. So first do the numbers. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. And x to the power 3 divided by x. Now remember, x has a little 1, but it's not written. So it's kind of like invisible. So you would say 3, take away 1 to give you x to the power of 2. Sorry. Part B of an example, you have 8a cubed times 6a squared, and all divided by 3a to the power of 3. So again, do the numerator first, do the top part. But here they've shown you that all 3 of those numbers can be divided by a common denominator of 2. So you could have said 8 times 6, then divided by 3 to give you 16. And then a to the power of 3, remember when we're multiplying indices, we add the powers. So that would give you 5. Then the 5, a to the power of 5, subtract a to the power of 3, which will give you a to the power of 2. So moving on, we have these practice questions. Question 7. So the first part is 12a to the power of 8 divided by 4a to the power of 3. So the 12 divided by the 4 gives you 3. Then to work out which power it needs to be for a, so you've got 8. Remember, when we're doing division of indices, it's subtraction. So that will be 8, take away 3 to give you 3a to the power of 5. Write that small, obviously. So I would now let you do questions part B, C, D, E, and F. If you have any queries, please remember to message me. Moving on to question 8, problem solving. So it says write 2 expressions that simplify to give you 24x to the power of 5. One expression must be multiplication and the other a division. So for this one, you need to write 2 expressions, like for example, like one of these or one of these. So one of them must be multiplication and the other division. When you work through the multiplication or division, it leaves you with an answer of 24x to the power of 5. So the strategy here is decide on the numbers first. So which 2 numbers when multiplied give you 24, or which 2 numbers when divided give you 24, and then work out what powers of x do you need to use to give you the power of 5. Okay? Moving on to question 9, problem solving. This is part of Terry's homework. Her pen has leaked onto her page. Work out the numbers underneath the blobs of ink. So the question Terry had was 5y to the power of 5 times 9y to the power of 3, all divided by y, a 3y to the power of something, gave her something y to the power of 2. So what's the missing power here? What do we need to do? What power do I need to get this final answer? And the same for here. Again, you try these at home, write your answers in the book. Remember to show your workings. And if you have any queries, please message me. Moving on to question number 10. it says simplify. So here we've got 4x squared in brackets raised to the power of 2 is 4 squared times x to the power of 2 raised to the power of 2 will give you what? X to the power of what? B, you have 2y cubed raised to the power of 2. Remember, when you're raising one power to the next, you multiply the powers. Go back to the rules of indices from the previous lesson. If you've forgotten, look at your notes. Part C, 3z to the power of 1 raised to the power of 3. What will that give you? Here you got D, filling the missing information. E, you got y to the power of 4 divided by 7 raised to the power of 2. And then you have z to the power of 5 divided by 3 raised to the power of 3. Discussion, which of these are the same? So you need to match your 2 up to work out if they're, how they're the same. Again, if you do get stuck on these, please message me and I'll get back to you. We can do a private 10-20 minute Zoom session, one-to-one, and I can talk you through these questions. And finally, question 11, decide if these are always true, sometimes true, or never true for positive values of A, B, C, and D. For the statements that are always true, replace the equal signs with the identity sign, so that's the triple bars. For the equations that are sometimes true, state values that make them true. So you need to substitute numbers here to make this statement true. So the strategy for this question is try different values for A, B, C, and D. So I would suggest you might want to use a calculator with these, put some numbers into your calculator, see what answer you get to be able to decide if there are identities or equations. Okay, again, go look back at the examples we've done, look at the PowerPoints I've uploaded to help you figure these questions out. So that's the end for today. Hopefully you've had a nice week back, and I will see you guys back on Sunday on the 12th of April, where we'll start lesson 1 of 4 for next week. Anyway, any questions, please remember to message me.